Hi y'all, I'm Chase, and this is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America Special, affectionately known as Wichita. And today, well, if you can't tell, look at those trees over there. Yep, we are nearing the end of the riding season here in the Appalachian foothills of Ohio. Yeah. So, I guess this video is going to be about that, and we're going to take back roads today. Of course, we're starting out on my dangerous, treacherous, terrible gravel road that I live up, so, but we're going to take back roads today. We're going to talk about this riding season, everything that kind of went down. I guess I lost some followers. I try not to let that stuff bother me, because, you know, like I said before, I made a video. I'm not doing this, you know, making videos so I can become famous or gain followers or stroke my ego. I don't have an ego, really. I mostly just hate myself. Well, not hate, but half the time I could live without me. But the first thing that happened, well, I started out on my Road King this year. I had no plans to switch from the Road King. I love the Road King. I still love the Road King. If I did not live on this road, I probably would still have a Road King. Or maybe something a little bit smaller, maybe like a Lowrider ST. Yeah, I really like that bike. But anyways, I started out on the Road King. And I wasn't going to switch away. I just happened to be at Valley Harley-Davidson in West Virginia over in Triadelphia, and the guy said, well, just take one for a test ride. And I said, I don't really want to. In fact, I hadn't wanted to at all. Man, I love riding this thing. But anyways, I took the Pan Am they had for a test ride. I think it was the Bananarama one. And I have to be honest, I was never so impressed with a bike. And, you know, honestly, I've had different kinds of bikes, but nothing impressed me as much as the Pan Am. The torque, while not stump pulling or you know, just stupid low in the rev range, was low enough to where, you know, it was usable right off the bottom end. I mean, closer to the bottom end than most sport bikes. The speed you could get up to, the horsepower, it was kind of unbelievable that, I mean, you're riding a Harley. This is a Harley-Davidson. So you kind of, you don't expect it the way it runs. Now it does run a little higher in the rev range, you know, around 3,500, 4 grand is where everything starts to happen, all the magic starts. But that's not very much further up the rev range than, say, you know, my Road King or my Dyna or any bike I've ever had, honestly, at least Harley-wise. Now, I had a Ninja where the power didn't start kicking in until it was quite a bit higher in the revs, probably 6, 7, 8 grand. So, and my Aprilia was closer. I think it was closer to like 5 or 6 though. But that was also a 750. It was a Shiver. I mean, granted, it was a great bike. I love Aprilia. Honestly, their other bike, what was that? The Touareg, I seriously considered that because it's a smaller bike. Another thing that kind of put me off was the 12,000 mile valve adjustments. Yeah, that's kind of sucky. This doesn't need any. So, anyways, that bike, you know, all of that stuff was impressive. But when it came down to it, and maybe this is because I made a video before about how I was getting old. I mean, I'm in my early 40s now. So maybe I'm just getting old, but the thing that really impressed me was the suspension. Now, the handling is impressive, but I mean, you guys are seeing that right now. This thing is great in twisties, but the suspension was just so insanely impressive. I mean, Aprilia makes a nice suspension. They use top grade stuff. They use top grade brakes and all that stuff, but nothing I've ever ridden beat the suspension on the Pan Am. Now, granted, it was a special, and it has the automatically adjustable suspension and all that stuff, and the automatic ride height. But I'm sorry, nothing beats this. Nothing. I mean, I've ridden all kinds of bikes, and don't get me wrong, I love pretty much just about every manufacturer. So, I'm being honest here. This bike has the best suspension I've ever ridden on. I can go for hours and hours on this bike and not get tired. I mean, it is Cadillac good, and I don't mean like performance Cadillac. I mean 1960s Cadillac. It's the only way I can describe it. And honestly, if you've never ridden in one of those big, huge, old 1960s or 70s Caddies, or any luxury car from that time period, you know, my brother had a 75, I think, 75 or 77 Lincoln that rode just as well. But anywhere from that time period, the suspensions are, you were not meant to feel a bump ever. Now, granted, that was including with the seats and everything, but this is that experience only on a motorcycle. Now, is it as plush and soft? Probably not. I mean, nothing is going to be as plush and soft as those. I mean, they were engineered to be just insanely good. So, I honestly can say, you know, this probably isn't as good, but it's damn close. It's as close as you're going to get on a motorcycle. So, but anyways, I took that test ride, and then, you know, it haunted me. It haunted me for, you know, a month or two, and by sheer dumb, idiotic luck, I was on the internet. I had went up for a visit up to the big city with my cousin. I was getting ready to go home. I'd been up there for 2 days, and I was getting ready to go home, and I was cruising the internet. I don't even remember what my cousin was looking for. He had, you know, a lowrider S, but long trips on a fairingless bike suck. I don't care if you're in your 20s, I don't care if you're in your teens, they suck. You get tired faster. I don't care how good a shape you're in. You can say, oh, well, I can do it for, that's great. Awesome for you, man. But for, you know, the majority of people, it's going to wear you out faster because you're literally fighting the wind nonstop all day, every day while you're riding. So, he was looking for a slightly better bike to tour around on. He wanted a road glide or a street glide, and we were kind of looking around, and by sheer stupid accident, he walks out of the house, says, I'll see you later, man. Him and his girlfriend leave. I'm sitting in his place, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm just, you know, going through the internet, and I see Wichita here for 15 grand. Literally 14,999. Well, there was my chance. I hopped on my Road King, and I went, it was, I think, 130 miles or more, as fast as I possibly could get there without, you know, getting pulled over. And I put a down payment on it. You know, threw $1,000 down so they could save it till the next day, because I had bags full of, you know, a whole weekend's worth of stuff. And this did not come with the side bags. It did have a top box, but I wasn't sure if everything out of my side bags would fit. I don't think it would have. But went back the next day and got it. And honestly, I've had some problems. I had a few right off the bat. You know, it's my luck. But there are so many guys that bought a 2021 or a 2022 and a 2023. This is the most popular bike in the United States as far as adventure bikes. Nobody is outselling these. This has outsold every single adventure bike in the United States since it came out. Yeah, that's the hard, painful truth. Companies that were doing it for years, Harley really knocked it out of the park with this. So when you see people go, oh, they're just nothing but problems, it's a very small number of people that have problems. And that's the other thing, with Harley, just get the extended service plan. Just get the extended service plan. They will fix everything and anything that goes wrong with the bike. So it's just the best idea. But so far, I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Reds, oranges, yellows, yeah. The Appalachian foothills, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most beautiful places to live, especially in the fall. But all year round, it's a great place to live. Now, don't really care much for the snow, but hey, you know, there's a trade-off for everything. Living in Florida, you got to deal with 100 and some degree heat. So, I think, you know, if I lived in a different place, if I didn't live up the road I lived, I would probably, like I said, I probably would have never even looked at this bike. I was really happy with my Road King. And I don't begrudge any man that wants to ride a Road King or, you know, a Softail, or hell, I don't care if you want to ride Sportsters. I love Sportsters. I love Dynas. And honestly, I like pretty much all bikes. I mean, are all bikes for me? No, hell no. I want to be comfortable. Everywhere I go is a 20-mile trip or more. So, but, you know, this year, looking back, even with the trials and tribulations and hiccups, whatever you want to call them, with the Pan Am, I gotta say, I don't think I could have made a better decision. I mean, I had looked at other ADVs. Seriously, I'd looked at other adventure bikes. Nothing out there comes close to this. At least in the United States. If I lived in Germany, I would probably own a BMW. I mean, I'm just being honest. But here in the United States, a problem, if you have one, a dealership is less than an hour away in most places. So a problem, you know, is going to be more easily rectified. And it's not like other bikes don't have problems. You can go on any forum and find them. You can find all kinds of problems with all kinds of bikes. But a lot of that is fear-mongering, or I don't know. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, people that complain are often the loudest. You know, that kind of thing. So, I mean, take that, you know, any way you want. But, you know, this whole year has been great. I didn't get to put as many miles on this bike as I would like. Let's see where I'm at. I'm closing in on 4,000 miles. Now, I know before I got the bike, I think I put about, I think it was another 3 or 4 on my Road King. So 3,000 or 4,000 miles plus another, you know, almost 4,000 miles. You know, that's 8,000 miles or so in a year. That's pretty good. Also, one more thing about this that I wanted to mention. The fuel economy. This is the best fuel economy you can get on one of Harley's bikes, except for the 975. Let's just call it on any of the big boy bikes. This is the best fuel economy you're going to get, I think. I don't know about the Sportsters, but any bike that's larger than a Sportster, you're going to get better fuel economy on this. I've gotten up to, I think it was 50.3 miles to the gallon. So that is superb. I mean, getting that kind of fuel economy on a bike that's this large is really good. So I guess I'm going to leave it there. If you got any comments, you know, like I said, I lost a few followers when I switched over. I noticed. I know there were some guys that were, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I know that some people follow you because you have a certain bike. But I don't know, it's a weird thing. You know, I followed Blockhead because at the time he had a Sportster, and that's what I had. But I mean, that guy's riding around on, you know, 131 lowrider STs now and stuff like that, so I still enjoy the content. It's just a weird thing, I guess. Some people get really wrapped up in that, and you know, what kind of bike someone has. I don't. I mostly follow people for the people, and just because they're on motorcycles. I mean, that's what interests me. And I don't discriminate against motorcycles at all. I mean, I'm just not a discriminating person, mostly in any way. I just don't, I mean, I may not like some foods. I hate okra, sorry guys. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I just seen that some guy just made a comment that he had traded in his bagger for a for a Pan America. So welcome, one of us, Google gobble, one of us. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like. Also like if you like. Stay stubborn. Keep getting back up. And bye, y'all.